He kōna I purangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
In a community hall in the heart of Pakuranga, a man sings a song from his homeland, Myanmar. The hall is full to bursting with members of Auckland's Burmese Rohingya community. They're celebrating and the end of Ramadan. Hi, I'm Liz Garton and this is Here Now. It's a couple of months since I ventured into East Auckland, but it's an event that kind of sticks with me. It was just so yes. The women are wearing stunningly beautiful outfits and they're blinged out with jewellery. They're sparkling and colourful. One lady I spoke with said the event was their chance to show off to each other. Children chasing each other around, laughing, and also dressed in beautiful little dresses and little suits. And the men, yes, also dressed to the nines, but some of them are huddling around massive cooking pots, delicious smelling food inside, while others wrangle kids out in the foyer for a lolly scramble. The event is being hosted by the Burmese Rohingya Welfare Organisation, and Secretary Rashid Ansorali involved in pulling it all together.
We work as a team, you see, and we're quite lucky, I can say. Most of our people are very humble, very generous, I can say the other word. If there's something that community need, we're all there together.
Rashid was up most of the previous night helping prepare for the event. Now it's close to 7 p.m. and he's showing me the fruits of their labour.
We'll call it the semi.
And what is it?
It's a dessert. After dinner, we're just going to have a little bit of dessert.
What does it taste like? What's it made of?
Sweet. It's made of coconut and peanut on it and some other ingredient on it, which is all sweet stuff. Yeah.
A favourite of yours?
Yeah, it's really nice.
And what about this one over here?
That one is beef.
Yep.
Beef curry.
Beef
yeah,
curry?
Yeah. And they're quite, you can eat with rice or let's say some roti stuff.
And you've got, you were saying you got beef and...
Beef, we've got a lamb, and we've got a chicken.
Right.
Yeah, we've got a chicken drumstick, which is they're fried. Yeah, that's a fried drumstick.
Looks like everyone's hungry. I'll get out of the way.
So good, yeah.
Was served. There's some entertainment, including the singing we heard earlier.
Yes, I love it. He was singing about like how the back home will feel like, and how the place is, how the people is. So he basically tried to explain it on a singing way.
Rashid's nephew, 11-year-old Moran, recited a dua, or a blessing. While entertainment was a key element of the evening's program, also a chance to update the community, particularly the new arrivals, on the various support services available to them. But the main point of the event is just to create an opportunity to spend time together, to celebrate and very things that they were persecuted for back home in Myanmar.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
A couple of months after the event, I popped out to visit Rashid at his home.
Come in.
And he shared the story of his New Zealand.
Father came here before us, obviously when we were quite young. He left the country because of all those politic reasons. And he moved to Malaysia, from Malaysia, refugee to New Zealand.
Rashid has an older brother and 3 younger siblings, a sister and 2 brothers. His mother was 4 months pregnant with her youngest son when her husband fled Myanmar.
We were still living back, facing so much trouble, difficulty, especially if a family member or person who travel overseas, they get a 10, I would say, from the government or the local official people. Interested to that family more, to get all this pressure, to get much as asset, money, whatever they can.
About 5 years after Rashid's father left, the situation had become so his mother paid a trafficker to get them out too.
It was quite tough because I heard my mom said that the local official that keep coming and give a pressure a lot to my mom, that was enough, and there was a time that you need to move out here or else we give you in a month's time or we all gonna kill you guys. So we had no other choice but to leave the country. while I was young, I've seen so much violence. You name it, all this up and down. But, I was less than 10 years old back then. It took us about a week and a half from where our village to the Bangladesh. We were walking. If there's any people from official or the Burmese government see it, they would arrest us or kill us. I remember a lot. Mostly I can see vision. My brother, my sister, they're young back then. Were crying at night, but during the night, because we got no other choice but to walk in the jungle for non-stop for about 7-8 days. We time and walk at night much as we can. The numerous things that we have to face. The river, it was a raining monsoon with the winter. The weather was absolutely horrible. All these big mountains, rocks, rivers, you name it.
Amazing. And your mum's got a baby then as well, yeah? Or
yes,
your little brother?
My little brother, he would be about 5 years old. Yeah, about 5 years old.
She's pretty incredible, yeah?
Yeah, look, that's why what we believe as a cultural way. I'm not going to take that as a religious way. In this world, no one can replace a mother. There's always a mother there. How a spot, no one can ever take it. Now that I get more older, I start to realize more what Mama has done. We see sometimes she was emotionally crying, and we thought, oh, it might be just a bit of a dark, or she might be facing. But in that time, we wasn't too sure. Now we realize back that she was really hurt, and she had no other choice but to do it. But at the same time, she wasn't crying in front of us. She was very tough. She still is an amazing woman.
Rashid and his family spent several months in a Bangladeshi refugee camp by the time he and his family finally arrived in New Zealand and were reunited with his father.
We were the first intake in New Zealand as a Rohingya family. But before, there was a few single person there. I think 3-4 of them, I believe, and they married to different cultures, But as a complete family, when I say complete, a sibling, a son, our kids, as a household, we were the first one.
Rashid's 32.
I tell you what, Liz, I'm feeling old.
He's actually lived here in New Zealand longer than he lived in Myanmar.
The place where I was born, there's always memory there and love. But same time, I've been so many different countries. I love to travel, but it doesn't matter where I go. After 2 weeks later, there's nothing like a home. I feel New Zealand is a home regardless of what the future comes. But to me, New Zealand, that's it. I can only call this as a home.
Helping run events like the Eid celebration is partly Rashid's way of giving back.
That's my honor to contribute much as I can, because especially myself and my family, we are very lucky. We got no word to describe. You see, there's always a little bit good and bad. It's a human nature. But if we look at as a majority, the people of New Zealand, you cannot describe how amazing.
But it's also because he remembers how difficult that transition to life in New Zealand was.
I had no English at all. I can't even say a word. I remember first day school when a friend of mine said to me, I was year 9, how old are you? I said 40. Because number 40 is the only English word I know.
And look, these celebrations are partly to keep some of the traditions from home alive.
When I was young, we used to see back home, or Christmas time example, or New Year's Eve, we gathered family by family, because back home is a little bit different to here. We can go on their houses and tent on a street, on a road. We gather there. And so it was very similar now, which is a hall. You see, we go and hire a community hall. We start establishing these sort of now. The ideas came from myself and a good friend of mine, Inayat, and a very that boy there, a very talented man, Inayat, and a few other our elders, they give us our idea. Now we start to follow in those 4 steps back, and we see, as you see, how many family were there, and the kids were enjoying, the women's, we try to do at least once a year, but last few years now we do much more than a few times a year. We try to do more and more once every good few months. So that means there's every, I would say, 6 months or 3 months, there's 5-6 families come, so we can get to know them. They got to know the previous people as well. It's a good chance for them to catch up as well. Those are missing to us when we were establishing or finding our own space in New Zealand. But for new people, it's very tough. So we believe that we don't want to let them to have the same thing. In our time, we didn't have these sort of reserves. When I say reserves, it's not about the money or this, but it's about the people, example.
Well, Rashid, and look, everyone there really enjoys these evenings. It is an
You know, that night I was sleeping, I come back home because we cooked friend of mine, his garage. I think so I come back home 5 in the morning. Yeah, I was cutting all the onions and all sort of thing. I don't know what I was doing. Look, I'm not the best cooker, but you know, I was supporting the.
You must have slept for a week after it.
Yeah, I try to, but can't because I got a few little ones. Oh, I love it.
And because they love it, definitely be more of them. But maybe not quite as many as the kids would like.
Now they were telling me, should we have another even during the holiday?
That was Liz Garton with this week's episode of Here Now. My name is Kadambri Raghukumar, and I'll be back next week with a fresh episode of the podcast. Don't forget you can follow Here Now on all your favourite podcast platforms, as well as find us on the RNZ website. That's rnz.co.nz/herenow. Thanks for listening.